everyone, welcome back to Pillah Sport. Welcome back to Pillah Sport. This is 5 things that we learned against the win, the mind-blowing, Iceman saving win that was Manchester United versus Brighton FA Cup semi-finals. Come on. So we might not win against Man City in the final. It's going to be a once-in-a-lifetime Manchester derby at an FA Cup final. This is the first time this has actually happened, and so we are up for history making. This is also going to be the chance for Manchester United to actually stop Man City from equaling the treble season that we had in '99. So let's hope and let's pray that every person, every team, every teammate actually steps up and is actually ready to give everything for this game. June 3rd, I've circled it on my calendar. You guys got to watch. We have to all come out and support because this is a defining moment for our season this season. Come on. So first thing, Victor the Iceman Lindelof. He played so well today. It is so mind-blowing how good he looks playing alongside a left back in Luke Shaw in the centre back position than he looks playing alongside a centre back in Harry Maguire. It is mind-blowing how different those two are. He won his individual battles. He dominated in that sense, basically controlling the defense, controlling the line, and making sure Wan-Bissaka and Dalot and Luke Shaw are all in the right space in the game. Second, composure. He has mind-blowing composure on the ball. He has so much composure in actually controlling it. We tend to forget how technically gifted he was at Benfica before coming to Manchester United. This was a player that was actually tasked to play free kicks for Benfica and converted up to 3 to 4 of them in his stint in Benfica. He is one of the persons and one of the people that I would love to back up Lisandro Martinez and Varane. I'm okay and I'm great, and I think he's a really good option in backing up Varane and Lisandro Martinez. And of course, it's fitting that he was the only one. He was the Iceman, and he stepped up to actually convert the final penalty, which took us into the finals. We're gonna see you in Wembley. Number 2, the midfield. Our midfield today has basically been proven to have kind of leggy 30-year-olds. Casemiro to me is the best defensive midfielder in the world, but you can see that the grueling season and also his age shone in this game. You see the likes of Caicedo, McAllister actually running past him and actually dominating the midfield. That's how you see how good Brighton's midfield are, because they are able to actually dominate the likes of Casemiro and Eriksen. For instance, Eriksen has never been that combative type of a midfielder. He's more of a Rolls Royce that just uses his premium gas and kind of flows through the road and actually dominates the game through passing and changes of pace. So you could see that bringing in Fred was also a really smart thing for Ten Hag to actually do. So I'm amazed to see how he actually puts this team against Man City, because it's going to be a different game. It's going to be a different type of football, and it's going to be quite similar when it comes to the build-up from the back, because Man City is one of the best, if not the best in the world in building up from the back, and they have one of the best midfields in the world with the likes of De Bruyne, the likes of Rodri, with the likes of Bernardo Silva, and so on and so forth, Ilkay Gundogan and stuff. So we need dynamism when it comes to moving forward in this season and also in the future. In the summer, we absolutely need to invest in the midfield. I can see them bringing McAllister and Caicedo to Manchester United. That alone would actually level up this season, because imagine if you had the choice between Casemiro or Caicedo to dominate the front of your defense. That's just mind blowing. And then you have the choice of McAllister or Ericsson to actually then transfer the ball to Bruno, and actually create a flow in football. It would be great to see those two in Manchester United. Let me know in the comments if you would want those two in Manchester United. Let's go. The three, same old Martial. Today he looked like he's still battling the fall of Maguire on his ankles. He looks like he's still battling the whole idea of him having an injury-ridden season. So that basically in turn showed the lack of urgency. It showed how he was being bullied by Webster and Dunk. Those are really tall players. Yes, we understand they are really strong, but as a striker that has the pace and has the trickery of Martial, we need to be able to see you use your smarts, actually outsmart these defenders rather than actually going and playing their game. That's also kind of showing kind of what Erik ten Hag is saying that we need a striker. We put the ball in the box so many times and there's no one to finish it. This is directly talking about guys like Wout Weghorst not being able to actually dominate in terms of scoring goals. I know he's perfect in terms of pressing, but scoring goals has proven to not be his greatest strength. We would need at least two strikers, and down below actually you would actually see some of the strikers that we have been rumored with, and I've actually spoken about the strengths and weaknesses of those strikers. Please comment down below who you would like to be the two strikers to actually head United to the next level and to actually winning the Champions League and actually winning the Premier League. Number 4, Brighton's recruitment. Brighton has honestly been one of my favorite teams in the Premier League since Graham Potter brought them up to the Premier League. It's sad to see what has become of Graham Potter in Chelsea. I always believed that that wasn't the right time or the right season for him to actually move from Brighton to Chelsea. But you can see that with him leaving and with De Zerbi coming in, it stays the same. They have produced a team and a style of play that has basically traveled from the senior team all the way down to the academies. Based on the people they are recruiting, you could see likes of Yusuma leaving to Spurs and then bringing Caicedo in. You could see the find of Mitoma, and players like that, McAllister, Lewis Dunk that has been there, but you could see his rise of how better he's playing now. Webster, and finally, number 5, it's going to be a Manchester derby in the final of the FA Cup. This is a once in a lifetime thing. It is honestly going to be a really good game. Usually his derbies are one of the best games in the season. You have things like form going out of the window, people losing their heads, a lot of goals, a lot of cards. But now the stakes are actually risen. Manchester United can't stop Man City from having a treble season by defeating them in the FA Cup final. Man City could actually be looking at the FA Cup being the only trophy they win this season, in terms of losing it to Arsenal and actually losing to Real Madrid. So this game is honestly going to be stacked in the way things are, and I wish I could be at Wembley to watch it in person, because not just is a Manchester derby, Manchester United are also the underdogs. Not because Man City have been playing better, just because we have been stricken by injuries at the latter stage of our team. We do not have our center back pairing, the first choice center back pairing, and we might be utilizing a left back as a center back. And so if we are able to actually win this game against Man City, this will mean more than anything this season. Because not only that we won a trophy, we stopped them from getting a treble. We actually beat them with two hands tied behind our back. This would be remarkable if we are able to pull it off. And I can't wait to see what Erik Ten Hag plans for this. Everyone knows Pep Guardiola overthinks finals, taking out his center midfielder and bringing in a striker to play there, or taking out Alisson and putting him as the striker position, which might work some days. But finals, form goes out of the window. It's all about your fight and your drive and your game planning to actually win the game. So as we go into the game for the Manchester United derby in June 3rd, my calendar is circled. I have basically requested off for the 2 days straight, because I know if we win, I'm gonna party so hard that I wouldn't be able to do anything the next day. And if we lose, yeah, I probably will not be able to show my face for the next 2 days. So I'm excited to see how the game comes about. And I've seen the stats. I hope you guys are loving these videos. Please make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you follow, and make sure you kind of follow us across all platforms. I'm here to give you guys sports news in general. I do a lot of things: bakes, basketball, football, soccer, like they'll call it in the US. Sometimes golf, sometimes tennis. It's all about having good energy with you guys and coming and kind of forming a community where everyone's voices are heard, everyone's opinion is heard. And join me on Twitter at Emmanuel Pillah. Every time Manchester United plays, we are always there talking about spaces, about the game, and about what we see the Premier League and how we see it going forward. I love you guys. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope this was great. Make sure you like and subscribe. Let's go.